Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Jack and Glenn channel. I am Glenn. Before we get into the fact that Justin and Alexis are both liars, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification. We found out on this past episode of Married at First Sight, the Married at First Sight reunion, right? Part 1, we found out that Justin and Alexis had sex. We found out that Justin and Alexis had sex on their honeymoon. Kevin mentioned to them that he hears secrets and he hears things, and he heard that they consummated their marriage on the honeymoon. And Alexis goes back to what she said on After Party. They tried to, and Justin kind of got offensive and kind of upset a little bit. Alexis said, "Well, you asked him, you know," and he said, "Yeah, we consummated." And Alexis was like, "Well, we dabbled in some adult things." You can read between the lines, but it sounds like they had oral sex. Sound like oral sex was what they was dabbling in and what they were doing. And Justin was like, "Well, I penetrated for a little bit, for a minute. You had an orgasm. Well, at least it sounded like you did." And her face was like, whatever. Again, she throwing shots at this man's sexuality or this man's manhood. And maybe she did have an orgasm, maybe she didn't. Maybe he don't know what it sounds like or feels like for a woman to have an orgasm, which we know he is kind of naive when it comes into the sex department. And so Justin and she said, Alexis, like, "Well, you told me not to tell anybody that we had sex." And she felt like you manipulated me, and it was malice. That the manipulation that you the manipulation was there, the malice was there, and he didn't want anybody to know that they had sex. Why you didn't want anybody to know that you had sex, Justin? Isn't nobody else's business? But this is the same guy that was involved in everybody else's business and wanted to know who else has consummated their marriage. If you remember from one of the previous episodes, Justin was the one who sparked the question up, whether it was driven by production or driven by anybody else. He was the one who asked, "Has anybody else consummated a marriage?" And he flat out sat there and lied. Didn't want anybody else to know that he and Alexis had consummated a marriage. Justin was like, in this, a little bit of boldness in this reunion, right? He was like, "Well," Alexis was like, "I didn't lie." He said, "Yeah, you lied. You was part of my lie. I told you to lie and you lied. You was part of the lie." Again, it's a lot with these two, but they lied to the viewer. They lied to themselves. They lied to their castmates about their sex life. And then if you go into the retreat episode, they acted as if they had sex previously, or production made it seemed like they had sex at the retreat. How he was laying up on her, how she commented about, "Oh, I had sex with my baby," right? And how it felt good, kind of good, quote unquote, quotation marks. And that he was happy he had sex. Now, Justin mentioned on reunion that they had sex the first and the third day of the honeymoon. So they had sex twice prior to the retreat, which goes his timeline. They probably didn't have any more sex up to that. And that's why Justin was really mad about her going out to the club. That's why Justin's really mad that she wasn't spending any time with him. It really wasn't really the club, in my opinion. It was the fact that she had cut him off from having sex. That he was no longer having sex with her, and she was no longer having sex with him. So he felt as if she's going out to the club to have sex or meet somebody to have sex with, because she wasn't giving it to him at home anymore. Now there lies all the frustration Justin's feeling, all the aggression Justin's feeling, because he used to have sex. He used to have sex with her. They used to be intimate. They used to do all those intimate type things, and now it's no longer the intimacy that he was getting. And he feels that she was getting it from somewhere else, which totally explains why he was really upset about the club situation, because he thinks she's giving her candy dish, her goodies away, and so he feels upset, he feels mad, and now we get to them lying again, because now she's thinking about, as they're riding home, we hear about him in the thrust game, right? Bro, your thrust game was weak on day 1 and day 2, and then she's thinking you're gonna do a little bit better, and your thrust game is still weak on whatever day it is, week 7 of the marriage. She wanted his thrust game to go up. Now, I don't agree with Alexis by putting my man's business out there. She said his thrust game was weak. Said he didn't last as long as she expected him to last. She talked about him trying. She talked about my man having wet dreams. No wonder he was having wet dreams. She wasn't giving him no more sex. He had sex with her. and he wasn't giving her any more. She wasn't giving him any more sex. This relationship or this problem that they have is kind of rough. What else were they lying about, right? Throughout the season, they lied about sex. They probably lied about some other things throughout the season, and we thought it was all Alexis. Nah, both of them are liars. Liar, liar. And Justin is the one that's pulling the strings behind the scenes. And Alexis said this. The reason she said she lied is because she wanted to protect her husband. Protect him from what? The embarrassment and shame that he wasn't good in the bedroom. Protect him from the fact that he didn't put it down, that he wasn't doing what he was supposed to be doing. Alexis, what are you protecting him from? Just a question. Just a comment. You guys leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know. What did she protect him from? Did you expect Justin and Alexis to come out and say they had sex on their honeymoon? If you go back to that episode, they were doing a lot of touchy-feeling, a lot of kissing, a lot of hugging on the honeymoon. It wasn't just Miguel and Lindy, but it was Justin and Alexis as well. We think Miguel and Lindy was the first one to have sex on the honeymoon. I beg to differ. It was probably Justin and Alexis. So we might want to change the narrative on that. We may want to change who had sex first. But nonetheless, Justin and Alexis are both liars. Leave a comment in the comment section below. If someone asks you to lie and you lie, you're a liar. For clarification. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification. Make sure you check out the rest of our videos. Once again, appreciate each and every one of you for following us. Hit the subscribe button. What are you waiting for? You keep coming to our channel and you haven't hit it yet. Hit the subscribe button. Great content, great information. Appreciate you. Hit the button now and the bell notification. Talk to you later.